The Dayton Area Broadcasters Hall of Fame is pleased to induct Sharon Howard into its class of 2011.
When I think of Sharon, I think of a person with a beautiful smile who is always up and never down. When I think of Sharon, I think of how she gets involved in a project and puts her heart and soul into it. When Sharon's involved, you know that project has a chance for being very successful because she will make it so. I first met Sharon when she came to Channel 2 in the late 70s, eager to get on top, but never eager enough to not start at the beginning and work herself to the top. That's what she did, and everyone knows the rest of the story. She has been a beacon of light and encouragement for many young people she's helped along the way. While working in broadcasting at the beginning, and even at the time when she entered the profession, women have had a difficult time, but Sharon knew how to work around those obstacles. She remained steadfast and approached the situation in her own way, and still reached her goals. For Sharon Howard to be receiving this award tonight as one of the founders of the Hall of Fame speaks very loudly about her success and her career. Sharon, you made us all pay attention to what you have achieved in this community. A wonderful journey for you and all who know you. Ladies and gentlemen, Sharon Howard.
Sharon Howard is a person with a big heart who is always doing something positive for our community. She's involved in numerous charities. Need an MC? Call Sharon. Need a voice for community events? Call Sharon. Well, that's why it's not surprising she came up with a concept that has many in the community duplicating, a women's hat show called the Crown Jewels. Yes, Sharon, through her many years of attending the black church, knew on Sunday mornings that she would see as a little girl numerous and beautiful hats worn by black women to church. So it was natural that Sharon, once an adult and working in media, would come up with a venue where these hats could be put on parade. Once every February, she holds a hat show for black and white women to keep the tradition alive that she witnessed as that little girl. But she went even further. She added an extra layer of contribution, where she raised from producing an annual calendar that she's designed as the result of the hat show, featuring the very ladies who participated. And that money went to the Wellness Fund to assist in the fight against breast cancer. Sharon's raised over $100,000, and she's still counting, to help fund free mammograms for underserved and uninsured women in the Miami Valley. It has truly become her crown jewel.
One of Kettering Medical Center Foundation's initiative is the Women's Wellness Fund, through which we provide mammography and related diagnostic and follow-up care to women who are uninsured or underinsured. Through Sharon's enthusiastic leadership in our annual Walk for Women's Wellness, as well as her own enormously successful Crown Jewels of Dayton calendar project, and her very popular Derby Day festivities, Sharon is personally responsible for providing these essential health services to over 1,000 Dayton area women. And at the rate disease is discovered through these tests, she and those that she has enlisted have saved over 50 lives. And by all indications, Sharon is just getting started. At least I hope so.
Well, Sharon is definitely one of my best friends. Sharon's so wonderful. She's my sorority sister. She's also a fellow journalist, and she's my sister girlfriend as well. We attend so many events together, and each and every time we go to these events, we always end up laughing and joking about all the things that we have done and the places we've traveled and the fun that we've had along the way. Sharon is definitely a journalist to be respected in this community. If you are a journalist in this community, then you know who Sharon Howard is. If you don't, then you probably aren't a journalist in this community. I'm very proud of the friendship that I share with Sharon, and I think that she is a wonderful member of our organization, the Dayton Broadcasters Hall of Fame, and I wish her just the very best in everything she does.
On behalf of the Dayton Area Broadcasters Hall of Fame and our board, we are so happy to be here, and I am thrilled that once again, you know, it was the three amigos that started this organization, Jim Johnson, Retha Phillips, and myself. I just can't shake you.
Oh, I won't allow you to.
And when you think about it, Sharon is sort of like a community media activist. And because of that, she felt that there was a need, got together with some folks, helped to craft what the Hall of Fame really should be about, put it together with a board of directors, and Hall of Fame came about, and it's alive and well.
Sharon graduated from the University of Dayton with a Bachelor of Arts degree in television communications.
I think of Sharon Howard, I think of someone that cares about our community and is passionate about our community and is a cheerleader, one of the biggest cheerleaders for our community. You know, sometimes when we're at events and I'll happen to say that, you know, Sharon was a UD Flyer cheerleader. She doesn't like it when we share that, but I think that that passion and that energy and the concern for our community and service for our community that she learned those years ago at the University of Dayton have certainly carried on through her life and the work that she's done.
She's been recognized by her journalistic skills, receiving the Regional Communicators of the Year Award by the International Communicators Training Institute and multiple national communicators. She is the recipient of the Telly Award for her accomplished video work while serving as Executive Director of Community and Public Affairs at WDTN Channel 2 with over 25 years of employment there. While her awards are too numerous to mention, some of the distinguished awards include the Coretta Scott King Award of the National Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the Dayton Daily News Top 10 Women, and topping it all, being inducted into the Ohio Women's Hall of Fame. Yes, Sharon Howard has made her mark upon this community in broadcasting and her ability to help others.
One more thing. Sharon's commitment is contagious. Have you noticed that? People she has recruited have themselves become committed to the point that they're recruiting others. At the most recent Derby Day, one of our good friends who Sharon introduced to the foundation just recently introduced me to one of her friends who also is now involved. This new friend told me that for several years she needed the Women's Wellness Fund and benefited from it. Now that her circumstances have changed, she's become a supporter herself. Full circle philanthropy. Thank you, Sharon Howard. Dayton is a better and healthier community because of you.
The Dayton Area Broadcasters Hall of Fame is pleased to induct Sharon Howard into its class of 2011.
Thank you so much. I stand before you this evening after a long and rewarding career in the broadcast industry. But I did so always remembering what my parents told me, that I could do and be anything that I wanted if I was willing to do the work. But it was never just me. Throughout my career, I watched others struggle and all the while setting the great example, the high bar of excellence. It was my own personal wake-up call each and every day that I watched these mentors who refused to settle for less. Less money for their labor, less time for their talent, less credit for their accomplishments. I saw the capable, competent, and the prepared. I watched them balance excellence and equity. Those who understood that the only place the word success comes before the word work is in the dictionary. As I watched, I learned and I grew. They taught me early on that I would need a network that actually worked. They told me I would need someone in legislation, one in education, one in community affairs, one in the law, in medicine. They told me I need all of those people. And of course they said you're going to need one in politics, public administration, and telecommunications. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, they told me then that I must have a network that worked. Because if I was going to be a squeaky wheel, I had to be around the one who had the grease. So here I am, as I stand before you today, receiving an awesome honor for my work and my service.
But anything I have and anything I've been able to do, I've done so standing on the shoulders of the men and women a part of my life. To you, I give all the honor. Family, always there to share the joy and the pain. Friends and mentors, the people who always have your back no matter what. Faith, the guiding, ever-guiding light. My sisters of the Dayton chapter of the Links Incorporated, who are linked in friendship and connected in service. And my sorors of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. These awesome women who taught me that blood can also be pink and green. To all of you, I say thank you. As I take my seat, I do so with a couple of questions. Have you ever known someone who has lived a values-centered life with a focus on service? It is an amazing thing to see. The shine of her eyes, it's in her step. She doesn't wonder what she's doing or where she's going, nor does she need to make any apologies for her actions. And she never, ever feels lonely or poor because her life is rich and full of purpose. Do you know what you value most? Your cause and mine might be very different. You might not care deeply about the things that I do. You might find that human rights or helping handicapped children or dancing with the elderly or feeding hungry people or another one of a million causes is more your speed. We each have our own rich history and culture that play a role in choosing those things that deserve our dedication. Let this message be your wake-up call. Pick the cause that you believe in, that one thing that makes your heart sing, and then do the work, because the time for hiding your gifts has passed. Thank you all so much and good evening.